Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am your whimsical DM, Victoria. Before we get started with our game tonight, we have some announcements, we have some recaps. Let's move on over to whoever's announced. I think it's Kristy.
It's me.
Kristy, do what you gotta do.
All right, I'll do what I gotta do. So first, let's start off with our sponsors of the channel. Thanks to Little Dragon Corp and Carbor Castle Games. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. You can check them out on their Twitter at Little Dragon Co. 1 and stay updated on all their awesome products. Or you can go over to their website, littledragoncorp.com, and enter our coupon code PROBONUS, that's PROBONUS, all one word, at checkout for 10% off your order. And also thanks to Carbor Castle Games, they're a lovely little brick and mortar game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. So if you're in the area and you can go into the store like in person and you say Probo sent you, you get 10% off your in-store order. Or you just go over to their website and pay normal prices at getcarborcastlegames.com. Also, thanks to Sirenscape for their amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Sirenscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register, so go to Sirenscape.com to find out more. Also, thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some of our additional music and intro music that we use here on Wednesday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rules, and you can check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Also, check out our other games. The schedule should be posted down below the Twitch feed, or you could do ! schedule in the Twitch chat and get all the information there. We got lots of cool D&D games and other modules that are outside of the D&D systems like Star Wars and Power Rangers, so we should have something up your alley. Also, we got a community Discord with public channels. Come check us out and hang out with us. We're always welcoming new GMs, new players, other friends, and we welcome all experience levels from veteran gamers to total newbies. We also encourage people of color and LGBTQIA+ nerds and gamers, so come on and join us. I think that's everything.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any other announcements that they would like to make?
Weenus.
Thank you for that. With that, let's pass it on over to tonight's recapper, Ink.
Hello, everybody. So, if you were not able to catch the last episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, it was a pretty good one, so you should watch the VOD. But I will give you a quick little recap right now. So our newly formed party is continuing to explore the wonders and delights of the Witchlight Festival. But right when we picked back up, one such member of the party, Dawn, a satyr who has a penchant for being very straight-laced in comparison to everybody else here, recognized that his, I believe, younger sister, she seemed definitely like one of his many, many younger sisters, was leading a small parade of mice and woodland creatures throughout the main sort of thoroughfare of the carnival itself. Dawn quickly approached her with the rest of the party in tow, essentially questioning what she was doing here, whether any other members of the family were there, and basically being an older brother. The rest of the party watched on as Dawn was what was told about how much fun she was having and how she was lauded as being a wonderful dancer, and she was given this wonderful flute that she's been playing, this wonderful pair of panpipes, I should say. And when Dawn himself was questioned, he simply said that he was here essentially on leave or on vacation, which in and of itself was incredibly surprising to his sister. We also got to meet another member of the carnival staff, a very, very wonderfully flamboyant and hot half deer. I forget the specific term when it's a deer center. Servitor. I almost said servine. That is not correct. Wonderful servitor, who is a dancer himself, who seems to have a little bit of a conversation going on with with Dawn's sister, to which he was very much not about allowing at any point. The party continues a little bit of banter before deciding that they are going to go to their next event, known as the Thunderdome. And the Thunderdome turns out to be a for-fun sort of battle arena against various illusory creatures. So the party, for the first time, got their little bit of knowledge on each other's battle techniques. Some definitely seem to be a little bit more trained than others in the combat arts, we shall say, though nothing says a good headbutt and smack with a briefcase can't do work. At the end of the fight, with a very, very terrifying clown and some very scary looking thunder cannons, we saw Ego, as well as oh my god, I'm coughing so much. Ego, as well as Clover, standing victorious at the end of the fight. Everybody got to get a little prize in victory, a bunch of different items, and we all sort of tricked ourselves out. And as the party was then deciding where they wanted to go next, I believe Ego and it wasn't Clover. It was
Dove.
It was Dove. Ego and Dove noticed a very strange little happenstance. A member of the a visitor of the carnival, a just random man, seemed to be sort of being encircled by an incredibly fast-moving, childlike, or at least small-looking creature, and it spun around and around and around and around, and left him in a weird, sort of dazed and confused state, and then ran off to who knows where. And after a few moments, the man then continued to just go about his business as if it had never happened. And that's where we left off.
Thank you, Ink, for that. You and Kristy, for doing the announcements, may have a D6 Bardic Inspiration to use for any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw that may be rolled tonight. So, you can hold on to that. So, as Ink said, we come back to it with Ego and Dove watching this scene of this man being kind of ensorcelled or dazed by this child running around him, and then continuing on his way as if nothing had happened. And I believe Dove had made a perception check to kind of clock him and get his features, and notice that he was a tiefling man, I believe, with purple skin. And you watch him as he's walking off kind of in the opposite direction away from where you are, waves his hand and meets up with two other people, and then begins heading further off. And you're noticing now, as you're progressing into the next hour of the carnival, that I should open the Roll20. Damn, always tabs. It's starting to get a lot more crowded, and as he is departing from the area that you are in, you're seeing larger and larger swaths of people passing through, holding large stuffed animals, carnival prizes, balloons. Groups of dancers and acrobats, elves on stilts, are beginning to take up the thoroughfare in front of you, and it's getting harder and harder to see him. If you wanted to keep following him, you are definitely welcome to do that. But for you, Dove, the one thing that you do realize as he's like directly leaving where you are, you don't see a pair of wings on his person.
Do I see the ego seeing that too? Like, are we both like just watching him?
If you look over, an ego is kind of just watching this, then yeah, you probably would.
I think we have a little trespasser. Our little ensorcel friend over there. Did you see that?
I most certainly did. What happens to people that trespass?
Well, I know what happens to people. Don't they get like thrown out and?
Yeah. So you would know that, like, basically this would have been one of your like main jobs when you start during the next like carnival, like the next night. One of your biggest tasks that they drilled into you from day one is that trespassers must buy a ticket or they are removed. Like, that's a no tolerance policy.
I feel like I have to do my due diligence. And at least investigate this little trespass.
By all means, do your job. I'll just watch.
Yeah, I want to follow. I want to try to either I'll think this guy's a great guy and be like, all right, or I'll be like, absolutely not. This guy's a trespasser, and I don't want to get in trouble for not.
Yeah, definitely. So what is Dove's method for pursuing this man? Beelining towards him, being casual about it? What's the vibe?
I think she'll be casual about it and kind of be like, act like she's not like official staff. She's just gonna kind of like move through the crowd kind of casually, and she's pretty short, so hopefully using everyone for cover as she goes.
Yeah, so in that case, why don't you roll me? Let me think for a second. Roll me a performance check to see how well you're able to kind of take on the role of just an average Joe.
Okay. 15 plus 7, 22.
Yeah, I mean, technically, like, you're pretty new to all of this, so it's not hard for you. You've kind of been having to practice your like worker official, like, your work sona, so really this is just kind of second nature for you. It's just being yourself, and you're so used to having to wear many masks, so to speak, in your life that it comes really easy to you, and you're able to blend in with the crowd pretty well. Is anyone else following Dove, or are you going to hang back by the tent for the Thunderdome?
No, I'm following.
Okay, so just as a note, for Clover and Dawn, you kind of half heard this exchange happening between your two new buddies, and you watch as Dove sort of casually just skips off into the crowd, and is blending in, and it's actually getting hard for you to like pick her out as these groups of people are passing by.
Okay, so I imagine he was in the middle of talking to Clover about something, so he's just like, yeah, it's really important that you set out a good payment plan for the next 30 years of your life, because you don't know when your wings might get clipped, and then you can't do... Hey!
I mean, I do have really good savings. Where are they going? I've been saving a really long time.
Alright, well... Pat, like, leans down and pats her on the shoulder. We'll talk about this later. Let's go.
I'm gonna start try and keep an eye on him, I guess. Like, where are we going?
Okay, so for Ego, because you were able to, because you were aware of the situation, keeping pace with Dove is not that hard, but keeping an eye on her in the crowd is a little bit more difficult. So I want you to roll me a perception check to make sure that you can keep an eye on her. For Clover and for Dawn, I want both of you to either roll me athletics or acrobatics checks because there's distance and you need to kind of bob and weave
I'll
to
take
get
the
through people.
acrobatics. Okay.
I'm gonna use my D6 immediately just to make that a little bit better. And it's a 6, so that'll make my 7 a 13,
Okay.
which is way better.
I'm not gonna use my inspiration, but I got a solid 11.
Okay.
17 plus 6.
Okay, so that's really high. That's like 23. So, I'm assuming Dawn is using athletics. Dawn, you're able to kind of just like turn into a wall and you just go and people get out of your way.
Yeah, he's just like it's a busy day at the office. Yeah, it's a busy day. It's a busy day at the office.
Yeah, you kind of just have this you just have like a presence, like a force of personality that, like, even if you're not intentionally trying to shove people get out of your way because they're like, okay, this man is like determined. For Ego, you are able to successfully kind of because you're a little bit shorter, and although Dove is even shorter than you, you're still able to kind of keep an eye on her and keep a beat as she seems to be following this man that you saw earlier. So you're successful in that. Clover, you kind of had like a slow start because you were a little bit surprised by everything that had happened, and you're also very small. And as you pass through, you get caught. Yeah, you get caught between. There's a big group of like lizard folk who are like kind of like baton twirlers, and they're like throwing these flaming batons in the air and like doing this whole routine. And then there's a family of like a mother and father, and they have just like a gaggle of children of all ages that are just like running around, and they're like the same height as you, so it's not even like little knee biters. It's just like a couple dozen people just like immediately come together, and you are like in the middle. And so you just start getting like bounced around by these kids, and you fall back a little bit.
Can I have no hopes of trying to find Ego or Dove, so I'm gonna try and like use my wings, try a pocket, fly up and look for Dawn.
Okay, so you can do that, and you can roll a perception check. You will have disadvantage because you have fallen behind.
Yep.
Hold on to that for a bit.
Sure.
I'm gonna go back to what Dove and Ego were doing, since this is kind of their primary
Go ahead.
scene.
I don't think I find them. We're good.
Oh God. So, Dove, you are able to follow this man and his two friends, and you notice that his two friends appear to be wearing wings. He is not. They walk down the thoroughfare a ways, probably like they kind of reach like the center of the figure 8 and then duck back into like one of there's little circles in the middle that like all the wagons go around, and the thoroughfare is like the outer part. They kind of duck behind some of the tents at the top of like the bottom circle of the 8, and kind of like disappear from the main walkway, but you know exactly where they went. So you're able to kind of follow them, and I'll let your performance check carry over so you can kind of just like go to a stall nearby and like watch them if you want.
Definitely. Yeah. Listen if they're talking.
Yeah, so you see these three people, this man and his two friends slide behind a tent, and one of his friends, a human woman who kind of has like a blonde pixie cut, looks at him and says, I did not think you were gonna get in here. There are so many people that are just like guarding everywhere. How did you even do this, Mercy? Like, and the tiefling man will be like, I mean, you know me. I'm I'm able to do anything. Nobody pays attention to me. You just kind of get people to look somewhere else, and you just slide right in behind them. And you know what else? Check this out. And he'll kind of like lift up his cloak and reach into like a deep pocket that he has on the inside, and he actually pulls out a couple bottles of the wine that Ego got bottles of. Yeah, so I noticed that one of the tents where I snuck in, the back of it wasn't fully secured down, and it just so happened that there was a crying child being very needy with the booth attendant, so just nicked a couple of gifts, something for us to enjoy the carnival with together. You're welcome. And the woman will take it and be like, oh my gosh, I've been seeing people drinking this. You know what happens when you pop the cork? And she'll pop it off, and you hear the little tinkle of like the calliope music playing, and she like points at it. And the other, oh my god, Siri, please. The other companion that they're with, a dwarven man, will also take a bottle, and he just like throws it back and like chugs a bunch of it and says, you know, I really don't think this is a good idea, but we could probably like put together some butterfly wings. I mean, like, hers are pretty big. We could take a part of mine and just kind of strap them to your back. And the tiefling man is like, I don't need it. Nobody's even noticed what's going on. It's getting more crowded. Nobody's gonna know. How are they gonna know? I'm not spending my hard-earned gold on some stupid carnival when we can just come in and take what we want and have fun. I mean, everybody else here is just like doing whatever they want. It's chaos. Look at this.
Dove was gonna let that slide until that last bit. She's like, all right, they're just buddies having fun, getting a drink. And then she's like about to walk off, and then she heard that last part about the taking what they want, and whatever, and she like turned back real slow and just got a demonic look in her eyes. Yeah. She's gonna make sure and see what else they do. Are they just gonna keep drinking?
So they'll drink for a little while, and then like basically his companions like try to convince him to like, you know, like buy a ticket so that he can like actually play the games and like do the fun things, and he is just like not super into it. You know, he's like talking about wanting to sneak into the big top and just like see what's in there and just kind of like do whatever he wants because everybody else here is doing whatever they want. So that's kind of the nature of it. And after they finish, like they pass around one of the bottles, he'll take the other two, slide them back into his jacket, and he'll kind of like put his hands on both of their shoulders and be like, so friends, I mean, are we gonna fuck around back here all night, or are we gonna actually go out and see the freaks that are here? It's the last night that they're in town, like let's fucking go. And they will like begin, they'll kind of chuckle and begin leaving that space to re-enter the thoroughfare.
I'm gonna. Oh, goodness, there's so many good things I can fuck with these guys. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna scan if I see Ego close by watching.
Yeah,
And
Ego will probably catches up to you, and I mean, Ego, you can see that Dove is listening to this conversation. You're able to kind of pick up what's going on not too long after she arrives to the situation.
After the combo, I'm just gonna look up at Ego and just be like,
Can I curse him?
yeah, I think we should do more than we'll curse. What do you think?
Yes.
Do I see a fluttering Clover above us at all, like frantically looking?
Clover went back to the Thunderdome after doing a 9 perception. She gave up. She gave up and went and waited back at the entrance. Like, you never leave where you last saw them. They always come back to you. So I don't want to like walk around. So I'm just gonna stay in place and hope they find me.
Yeah, so you're pretty short, but like if you really quickly did you ever do that thing when you were a kid where you like put your hands on the back of your friend's shoulders and you like jump and give yourself a quick boost to like look around before you like go back down? If you do that, like you are probably roll a perception check. Let's just see what happens.
Let's see. Yeah. Not bad. Let's see. That's 16.
Nice. Yeah. You see a little like purple person kind of fluttering just above head. Oh my god, Siri. Fluttering above like head height back where you started at the Thunderdome. So it looks like Clover's back there.
I'm gonna do like a wolf whistle, like really piercing to get her to look at me. Like wave my hand and be like.
And Dawn, at this point, you probably are able to. You probably have also caught up with everybody,
Right?
minus Clover.
The crowd parts like the Red Sea, and he's just like, "You are the worst guide." You.
I mean, I'm both a guide and also not a guide, so I have no responsibilities here. I've just offered to show you around a little. So I mean, I did that.
Well,
Now,
if you were going to stop offering, you could have let someone know. Me and Clover would have been... Where is she?
Slowly fluttering over the crowd to get to you guys.
This is about the time that they are like they're finishing up the last bottle. Like the guy will basically like there's the center part of like the little donut hole there is just grass. It's not an area where people go other than like workers occasionally passing back and forth. And so there's like kind of more natural terrain with just the grass and rocks. And he will like take the empty bottle and like throws it against a rock and it like shatters and the glass is just like sitting there. And then they're getting ready to like go. This is the time where they're kind of getting out into the thoroughfare. So you have like a little bit of time to prepare if you want to do something, but they're about to go.
Okay, I'm going to look at, I believe it's Ego, and I'm gonna finish what I was gonna say to Dawn.
Yeah, go for it.
We're just taking a little detour. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun. And I'm gonna look at Ego and be like, can you make yourself appear a little different than your normal self?
I think I may have already done it today. Yeah.
You made yourself look like yourself without the rubber suit
Without
on.
the rubber suit on. So I normally, yes. But I need to have a little bit of a sit down.
I think if I think one will be enough. But if I could use your hexing, if you don't mind stepping in and helping me out with that, that would be great. I'm going to disguise self to look like Mr. Witch, one of the leaders of the carnival.
Yeah, Mr. Witch is the very serious one that like you've seen Mr. Light because he leads like the big top extravaganza and he's very flamboyant. But Mr. Witch, you've spoken to like maybe once or twice. He brought you into the tent to discuss like your payment. And like assigned you a mentor, and like that's it. He's very stern. He's he's like a portly elven man, and he's always impeccably dressed.
Okay, I'm gonna disguise self to look like Mr. Witch, and I'm gonna nod to my friends to basically be supporting roles if they'd like, and ask them to come along. As I like gonna walk super like Severus Snape style up into their faces, maybe like as they turn the corner, I just want to be standing there like very intimidating looking.
Yeah, I just dropped a picture of basically the disguise in Maps handouts pics. This is kind of what Dove disguises herself as. So yeah, you do that and you're standing there. They like come around the corner of this tent and immediately like kind of bump in, like come up to you and stop short, and they look you up and down and they're like, sorry about that, excuse us, and begin to try walking past you.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and step in front of the tiefling and be like, whatever Mr. Witch sounds like, I want to try to imitate to the best of my ability.
Yeah, he has a deeper, you don't have to do this, but he has a deeper, like a baritone voice. I also like can't get that deep.
Yeah.
But it's sort of down here like this.
Let's say,
hello. It's down.
wait just a minute. I'm gonna be like, just wait just a minute, you little sneak things. And I'm gonna stand right in front of the
Yeah, you sidestep to stop him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that, and you say this to him, and he'll he looks you up and down, and is like, I don't know who you think you're calling a sneak thief, but where I come from, that shit's kind of rude. Now, if you wouldn't mind, my friends and I are looking to have a nice time tonight, so I suggest you step out of the way.
I want to. I'm gonna like glance to Ego and Dawn, and if Clover's here too, I'm gonna glance to them, and I was like, "Don't think you know who you're talking to, my unwilling friend. My name is Mr. Witch, as in Mr. Witch, as in Witchlight. I don't know if you've made the mistake of stumbling in here, but you know what we do to sneak thieves here?" And I'm gonna look and I'm gonna like gesture to my compatriots. Do you know what we do to sneak thieves here? I want to roll if I can. Can I intimidate him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out one of my teeth.
Okay, yeah, you can roll an intimidation check.
So he looks at me and I just...
Is anyone else helping, wanting to do anything? You're all there at this point.
I don't think anyone's expecting
No,
Ego to
I
do
was
that,
about to
but
say,
I am
Dawn-
rip my tooth.
Dawn was like barely it was just the like standing behind and just kind of like listening, not really participating because he thinks it's silly, and then Ego pulls out the teeth and he goes, "What the fuck?"
I hope that gives help to the intimidation check.
I'm basically inviting everyone to be scary with me, which I on my intimidation I roll.
You can roll at advantage. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, go ahead and just see what happens if you roll at advantage.
We'll go with a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. Anything that... Oh, okay. Well, while Kristy's figuring that out,
having issues.
yeah, you say this, and as the guy, like, was getting ready to, like, shoulder check you, and kind of barge past, which you know would, like, basically break the illusion, you would be able to tell, and you say that you're Mr. Witch, and he has his hands in his pockets, and was kind of leaned over, and was, like, about to walk past, and you say that, and he, like, looks over at you, and then he sees Ego in the background pulling out his own tooth, and is like, what the fuck?
I flick it like a coin at him.
Oh! Alright, listen, hey, Jesus, please, are you gonna pull my teeth out? What the fuck?
We like to collect sneak thieves. Little souvenirs, you understand.
We give it to the tooth fairies.
They love it.
And I thought tooth fairies were just a story that you told kids.
Oh no. They're perfectly vicious creatures. Don't think you want to meet one. And if you'd not like to meet one, you will come with me and pay the gold. Let us do. Eat your wings.
He'll look back at his friends, and they're like side-eyeing Ego and just kind of like not looking. And like when you say you have to buy a ticket, like they pull out theirs and like flash them to you, and they're just like, we don't know him. Can we go?
Certainly. And if they abandon their friend, I'm gonna look at him pointedly and be like, "Now you're really alone. Yeah, you're 4 against 1 with a look, you know."
Yeah, they immediately abandon this man as he is coming face to face with one of the namesakes of the carnival, and he like watches them leave and is like, "Nobody's loyal these days. What in the hell's? Oh, all right. Listen. Yes, I snuck into the carnival. I just kind of wanted to see, I don't want to play all of the games, so why buy a ticket when I'm just here to walk around and see what's going on? I mean, come on, you're not going to really charge me for that, are you?"
Oh, I will charge you for the patronly arts of all the wonderful creators and artists who take up this fair. You will pay to see their work.
Double since you snuck in.
Wait, what did you say?
Double since you snuck in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I just leave? Like, can I just go? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I just kind of came in. I looked around. I'm good. Can I just go?
Is he hiding any of the bottles of wine?
Yeah, he put them into his jacket and like you can't see them. He has like a hidden pocket on the inside of his jacket.
I think I would have let Ego know, or Ego would have seen them, so I'm just gonna look at him and be like, I don't think I can touch him. With the way.
It would potentially break the illusion. You'd basically be rolling like a perception check against your spell save DC if you do that. But you definitely can.
I'm gonna look to Dawn and Ego and be like, I believe, my compatriots, this man has stolen some prizes that should have gone to some hard-won participants. I think he's hiding in his jacket pocket there.
Oh, come on.
Is that true?
Why do you have scissors? Why do they have scissors? What are they gonna do?
I want to cut open his pocket.
What is wrong with people?
I want to just slice open his pocket.
Oh,
okay, yeah,
Or
roll an
attempt
attack
to.
roll.
Yay!
love it.
I want to see that bottle fall. Dagger attack.
Anyone else?
16.
Yeah, so with that, you are able to, the spot where you saw him hide the bottles, you're able to dig your scissors in and make a little cut. And they don't, fall out completely, but because of the change in shape of the pocket, they do slide out a little bit. And he, kind of holds his jacket and is trying and failing to hold them in and, steps away from you and kind of, pushes you away from him a little bit. Oh no, my thingamabob. And is like, all right, listen, this is a custom-made coat, all right? I paid a lot of good money to have this thing tailored, and
But you didn't
just ripped
pay
a
any
hole
money
in one
for
of my-
those.
I
You
mean,
didn't pay
come
any
on.
money to get in here either.
Oh,
Mhm.
well,
Why should I have to pay for this? It's just...
did you win?
And he starts trying to say something, and is, stuttering, and... Hold on a second. All I did was took... and he starts, getting a little, worked up, and is like, what the... It's only... 1, 2, 4, 5, 6... What? Why can't I say... And he tries, and right as he's about to say the E's at the end of 3, he actually retches, and butterflies pour out of his mouth.
Is this?
Huh?
Do I know? Has I ever seen anyone throw out butterflies or not be able to say a word here or something? Is this like a carnival curse, or is this something else?
You actually have heard of someone who has been known to vomit sap. Tree sap. Diana Cloppington, who runs the carousel. She's very quiet because when she talks about certain topics, sometimes basically maple syrup comes out of her mouth. But he the butterflies come out of his mouth and he covers it. What? Hold on, what is happening? What did you do to me? He'll grab, he'll basically try to, grab Ego by the collar, or, by the shoulders. What did you do to me, you freak? What is this?
That's not nice.
Yeah, I'll put a hand on his shoulder and sort of I'd suggest you back off.
I suggest you back off. I can't even say the number that comes after 2, but before 4. Look. And more butterflies and little moths and lightning bugs pour out of his mouth again. That's not normal. I've never done that before in my life. What is happening? What?
Sounds like you're paying your dues.
What dues? I said I would leave.
But you hadn't paid
And stole.
and stole. Fuck.
So now I can't say a number?
How many bottles did you steal?
I'm just gonna, if you'd like to leave, you can go ahead and hand those bottles to my compatriots here, and you will go ahead and turn around, and you will be walked to the exit. Maybe
Fine.
then you'll say the number 3.
All right, fine. I'll leave. Let's go. I just want to get out of here. I don't want to be around any more of you carnival freaks. There's a reason why people like you have to stay in a place like this, and you don't go anywhere else because no one wants you. So get me out of here.
Oh, I think at something like that, I feel like Dove's gonna cast vicious mockery on him.
Okay.
That's a wisdom save. 15 must be to 15 wisdom save.
He rolled a natural 19,
Urban takes second chance.
so he does save.
Oh, okay.
But what do you say to him? Do you say anything in particular?
Yeah, with vicious mockery, I'm gonna be like, well, doesn't that say something about you? That if we're so pathetic that you need to come here and steal from us? Feel anything? I think that says something. Oh my.
Right, whatever. Listen, just get out of my face. Just show me where the exit is, and I'll go. I didn't come in through there, but I will leave wherever I'm supposed to.
Okay, if we walk
swim through that damn river again.
Did he swim through a river to get here?
There's a river that goes around the carnival. They literally set it up. They lay down a blue ribbon in the shape of an 8, and it makes it like a river.
So
or like
cool.
It's like a blob. Yeah.
Could I, as we walk him, as like we walk to the entrance, which probably isn't that far.
It's not.
Could I ask him, if you think we're such freaks, what did you think of that little freak, that little green circus freak that ran circles around you earlier? I just want to see if he like remembers that.
Roll an insight check. Is anyone else doing anything during this time? He will pass over the bottles and he just holds them out and like hands them away to the first person that will take them.
I would like to curse him.
Yes.
Okay, wow. So, do you have a spell for that, or are you going to
hex him? I'm gonna
Okay, because if you want to get like a little bit more like spoopy with it and just freeform, like we can have you roll an Arcana check and see what happens.
Yeah, because he's been a little bit of a sneaky git, sneaking into things, swiping things, so I would like to make a little hex on him, and I want to say, you know, you with your sticky fingers and your naughty thoughts, I think I'll tie your guilty hands in knots.
Ooh.
Okay.
And hex his dexterity.
Yeah.
But he's bad at doing it.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Let me just roll something and just see. If there's an 8 in a D100 roll on either digit, then something special will happen. No, it's a flat 60. Yeah, so for the time that you're walking up, he is like, will start tripping over his feet and like, he's kind of like a little unbalanced as he's walking and gets, shoved a bit by the crowds. What was that insight check roll?
I rolled really great. I rolled a 19 plus 6, so 25.
Yeah, you say like, oh, well, what did you think of that little green like circus freak that was like running circles around you? And he just looks at you, and you see like genuine confusion on his face. And this is basically the first time in this interaction that you catch those like micro expressions of somebody who is not covering up how they feel faster than they're feeling it. And most of this conversation, up until like the butterfly vomit, he was very like sneering and conniving and kind of like putting on like this tough guy like machismo, whatever that word is, like act. And that's the first time that you see him be like, "What little green freak? There's a little purple freak right there." Points at Ego. Another little purple freak right there. Points at Clover. And a guy in a button-down
I
shirt.
think
I want to kick him in the ass because I know he's bad. He's been hexed. Like, he's really clumsy. I want to kick him in the ass and make him fall on his face. I'm just so mad that he's insulting people in the circus, and I hate this guy.
Okay, Clover, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna suggest maybe you find a support group because you have these really toxic urges and you're hurting people around you, but you don't realize you're actually hurting yourself too, and that's really sad.
Yeah, so, you say that to him, and, Dove, why don't you roll me just like an unarmed strike? So for you, you would, I believe that's a d20 plus your, I guess it would be like Dex? Or does anyone know? I can't recall what the...
Yeah, Dex.
Is it plus strength?
For what?
For like just a regular like unarmed strike for a regular person who's not a monk? Is it just...
It is your strength, but everyone is naturally proficient with their unarmed strikes.
Okay, so for you it's a d20 plus your proficiency bonus plus strength, which your strength is a -1, so that means you get a d20 plus 1.
Okay. I rolled an 11, so
So what was that?
12.
Yeah, actually, because he's like slightly armored, that's exactly what you needed. So you're able to like kind of you slow down a little bit so you're walking behind him, and you can just like lift your leg up and just like push your boot like into his ass and just like give him a shove or like push him, and he will stumble forward and basically like falls like face down into the grass and the dirt.
I'm gonna help him up.
Right as Clover finishes saying like you need a support group, you and he like will like rub his backside and be like, so now the carnival is assaulting people? That's really great. That's a real class act, really proving that you're not a bunch of freaks.
I'm just gonna ignore him and look at Clover and be like, I don't think this one deserves that.
He's not ready. It's okay. I'm gonna help him stand up.
He'll shove you away and get up on his own, like he doesn't let you help.
That's
Hey.
sweet too.
I don't need some cat-eared freak touching me, alright? I already can't even say a certain number, and that one pulled their tooth out. I don't know what you're gonna do to me. Am I gonna
Really like
sprout
that
ears
word.
too?
I mean, if you want to, I don't.
No, I don't want to.
Then I
I
won't
already
do
can't.
it.
So you're saying that you can do it. This is why I don't want you people near me. Oh my gods. Let's just go to the exit. I'm done.
I think you should take him back to the river and watch him swim back over.
I kind of want that too.
But yeah, you're able to, unless there's anyone else wanted to do, you're actually not very far from the ticket booth and the entrance at all, and you're able to escort him out. And as you go, like, past the ticket booth, Nicholas is there, and there's still people, like, coming in. There's still, like, a pretty decent line, and he'll see you as Mr. Witch, escort this person out, and oh, Mr. Witch, it's so good to see you! What are you doing out here? This is the first time I think I've seen you walking the grounds in 10, 15, 20, 36 years?
I'm gonna like I'm gonna be like trying to hide my like I'm gonna be like yes, Nicholas, I do when it comes to trespassers. So I'm gonna like look at the tiefling.
Oh, and he'll take his like telescope spyglass and points it at this individual. Well, you know what? That's really great of you, Mr. Witch. I know you're always saying that we can't let anybody come in without a ticket, so good on you for setting a good example for your employees. Now you, and he'll point to the tiefling man Mercy, unless you're planning on buying a ticket, I suggest you move along, lad. You've already angered one of the owners of the carnival. Doesn't put you in very good standing. What you doing? And he'll, like, look between Nicholas, the rest of you, and basically, like, flips you off and, like, kind of skulks away.
I just want to fuck with this guy even more.
What a freak.
Who shat in his cereal this morning? I guess we did because we got him.
Right.
Which, now that I think about it, I kind of got swept up in the moment. Why was I a part of that? He called me names. I don't even work here. I can handle being called names at my job, but...
Oh, I get called names all the time. That was nothing.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
Tell
gonna.
people that they're not getting the money that they thought they were getting, and they get nasty.
You just respond in kindness because they don't know what to do with it.
Very nice, Clover, but I don't know. I think there's a certain point where I can't let someone step on me and my friends. But I do think that's a nice sentiment.
Works for me.
I can. It's my job.
If we walk away from Nicholas enough, I want to dispel the disguise self.
Yeah, you can do that. And as you walk back into the carnival, you feel a light breeze blow past you that kind of just flutters the tent flaps and tickles your nose a little bit. And you hear wind chimes kind of tinkling in the distance, and the colors around you grow a little bit brighter, the music gets a little bit more cheerful, and the smiles on the faces of the crowds that surge around you grow just a little bit bigger. And I have to do something on roll 20. Boop.
What's happening in money?
Nothing.
Ooh.
But yeah, you are kind of back where you started all of this initially, in the middle of everything. Not
Sorry
too
about-
far off from the Calliope, you're near the big top, and you can kind of get to anything fairly quickly from where you're at.
Sorry about that detour. Did you guys want to go anywhere else? Or I brought you to my friend.
Let me go look at the list again, because I forgot.
I was gonna say, Don, you didn't pick anything yet. You've been very patient, so you deserve to pick the next activity.
Thanks. He kind of like puts his hand on his chin while he thinks about what he wants to do.
Okay, let me know if you need a refresher on anything, because there's a lot of stuff.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I saw a thing with the Cyclops, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Staring contest or whatever.
Yeah.
That, I guess, I think. Does that sound like... It sounds like fun. Fun to me.
Oh? Well, then we must do it.
Okay, yeah, let me just pull something up.
Oh, I want to go find my tooth. If that's also okay. Because he didn't catch it, it just bounced off of him.
That was incredible, Ego. Thank you. That was just... I don't know how you did that, but that was... Did you literally just pull a tooth out of your face? Like, that's...
I'm just like tonguing the gap.
That, I appreciate the commitment to the bit. That was... Really helps the cause.
Pick it up.
That's really creepy. Why would you do that?
I'll get another one. Here,
What?
take it.
Me?
Yes.
I'm like, I'll happily take the tooth. Like,
I place it in your palm and I like press it down a little bit with my finger to emphasize it, and then I leave it with you.
thanks. I don't think I ever had a tooth before. That's cool. I'm gonna maybe tie it on a string or something and like wear it on my wrist or something like that.
Congratulations, you now have been given a, what are they called? Hold on. It's
One of
called
those a token of some kind of token.
You have been given an eerie token.
I'll like craft little vines of like forget-me-nots around it so you can have it on your wrist.
Oh, thank you. I
A little
love
tooth bracelet.
forget me not. My favorite flower. How did you know that?
It's a good one.
Yes.
The Cyclops, then.
Yeah. You are able to head over there. It's not too far from the entrance. That dude is posted up beside the big top, right over here. Boop. Okay. So, you weave your way through the crowds over to a space between the big top and the rest of the small tents, and there's an area where there's a rope fence that has been set up in a circle, and what stands out to you the most is that there is about a 20-foot tall man, shirtless. He's wearing like pelt, like he has like shorts on, but they're made out of like animal pelts, like they're basically just like rawhide or like skins. And he has them like secured around himself with like a thick like sailing rope. And he looks upon the crowds that pass by with a single bright blue eye, and you hear his deep voice bellow out, "What do you do when the eye of the Cyclops falls upon you? Well, you stare right back if you've got the stamina." Don, what is your passive perception?
Not super high. I believe it's actually pretty shit. It's 10.
Okay. But you see this man, this big boy.
Alright. I can outstare anyone. I work in an office.
You wish to challenge me?
Might as well. Yeah.
Well, then present your ticket, small one.
I'm not... Presents ticket.
He's a
Okay.
Cyclops.
Yeah, he waves your hand over it, and another punch kind of like drops out of the ticket. So I believe that puts you at 3. So he will gesture to a spot in the ring that he has made into his little area for you to stand, and he will go to the other end of it, and with like a slight thud on the earth below you, he plops down into a cross-legged position and puts his hands on his knees and like opens his eye big and wide at you and says, "Let's go." And so the staring contest will begin. So for this check, what we're going to do is we're gonna roll some Constitution checks, and things are gonna happen. And
Oh boy.
so let's see. So you guys are gonna roll a contesting Constitution checks.
Alright.
All right. Natural 20.
16.
Okay, so basically what happens here, pretty much immediately, like he gets right in your face, and I guess I feel like for Don, it's not so much having somebody like right in your face as much as it is like he smells a lot like grass and like hay and just like very earthy. And so when he gets in your face, like you kind of feel like a little bit of a sneeze welling up because you're like, "Oh, I prefer to spend all of my time like indoors." And so you unfortunately like sneeze and close your eyes and blink while that happens, and he so look at you and say, "Well, that wasn't very impressive. It seems like perhaps you're not as hale and hearty as you might have thought.
That
you like-
really wasn't fair. You smell like a farm.
Well, I work at a carnival outside all day long. Would you like to go again?
Yes.
Present your ticket."
Oh no, you have to punch it every time.
Oh.
You can let him do that for your pride, Don.
You present it?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll punch again, so that makes 4 punches for you. So we're going to, once again, roll Constitution check. You know what? I'll let would Constitution saving throws be better for you? I don't know if it matters for a paladin.
It's the same.
Okay, well then we'll just call them con saves, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
16.
17.
Okay,
I
roll
rolled a
again.
16 plus 1.
Oh god, you have to beat him multiple times.
Well, so it's if you roll a nat 20, you like automatically win, but there's an increasing DC that as long as everybody passes the DC, it keeps going. But like a nat 20 is because it's a nat 20 for a carnival game, we're gonna just let it be a freaking win. Okay, so for that one, he only rolled a 7.
17 again.
Okay, so this time actually you stare at him and I guess what is Dawn doing, to try to win this aside from just staring? Is there anything kind of going on there? Any mind games?
I think he spends like 5 whole seconds just sitting there, like staring, and then he goes.
Yeah, and when you do that, the Cyclops with his like big eye like trained on you wasn't expecting it, and a little bit of like water forms along his lower eyelid, and he will blink, and he'll look back at you and kind of scowl and say, well, normally that would disqualify you from winning, but since your first round was so pathetic, I will let you win this one.
Oh.
He'll allow it.
It's not about the tactics, it's about the end result.
Let me put something here.
I thought
Okay,
the longer this went, you were gonna start like seeing shit in your peripheral vision.
No, it's literally just an increasing DC each time. It's pretty straightforward. So let me.
Wait, why is he gorgeous?
I know, right? He's like actually kind of hot. So, Graph, roll me a d20.
6.
Okay. He rifles around in the pockets of his shorts, and pinched between his 2 fingers is a little, like a little pot and a teeny tiny little brush, and he'll hand them to you. And for you, it's like basically like a makeup brush and a little pot. And he'll say, this is just a sample, but if you're interested in the face painting that we offer here, you should try this and see if you like it, and then you perhaps stop by the booth with your friends and get a real application. So you have basically a pot of magical face paint that you can use once.
Okay.
And yeah, you apply it to your face or to another creature, and you can use it for a disguise self.
Ooh.
Would you like to go again?
I don't have that many spots on my ticket left.
Then buy another ticket. Anyone else then? If your friend is poor and done.
I'm not poor. I set aside my finances specifically to spend a certain amount of money.
I'll do it. I'm gonna like.
Oh, then step up. I think I've seen you before. This should be interesting.
I'm like, he probably does the pose from the photo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just do it back to him.
Yeah, so he sits there and he gets his head is like bigger than your body. Like he's like just like a huge dude. So roll me a Constitution saving throw.
It's okay. 15?
Yep, both of you succeed. He rolled an 11 total. So roll again.
Okay. 13.
You said 13?
A 14 with my +1.
Yep, that passes. Roll again.
Oh my god, I'm scared. My eyes are like watering really heavy. Oh no. A 7.
Yeah, so both of you have these very intense looks on your faces, and at exactly the same time, both of you blink. Uh, you both actually failed that one. And so he'll grin at you and say, "I think that one was a draw."
That's not fair. You gotta let me win or lose, you know? I think we should go one more time.
Roll a persuasion check.
A 19.
Well, I suppose you're right. It's not often that we blink at the same time as one of my challenges, so it only makes sense that we have a redo. Alrighty. So you can start again. So, con save. Go.
11.
He rolled in that one. So describe to me how do you win this one? Is there any kind of tactics, or is it just like sheer force of will? Does it go for like a long time?
I think it goes for a while, but then I think because it's not technically a blink, she's gonna like wink on like both sides, try to make him laugh.
Yeah, so you do that, and you watch his mouth quiver a bit, and then you're kind of like making funny faces while you're doing it, and he will actually start laughing and kind of blinks unintentionally while you do that and says, "Now that's not something I've seen before. I'll let you have that one." So roll a d20 for me to get your prize as he rifles through his giant pockets.
19.
He pulls out a little contraption of wood and a rubbery material, a toy slingshot, and hands it to you. Now, I don't have any pellets for this, but I think you'll find that whatever you put in it, as long as it's of the correct size, should fly pretty far. So, as an action, you can cast the catapult spell with this.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'll send descriptions for the prizes that everybody gets after the game. Anybody else? Oh, also, that's a ticket punch for you, Dove, so I think that puts you at 3.
How many does each have on a ticket? Is it 8?
8, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
Oh.
I'll try.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll eventually do it too. You go first.
Okay. So, Clover, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Which die? This is my cat die.
Total?
So on brand.
Yeah, I feel like you get up there and like you stare at him and you just blink, like you just immediately blink. You're like,
I just feel like I can't spell. I don't like. Wait, how do you play?
I feel like Clover's one of those people when you like do like a staring contest with a friend and they just start laughing immediately because they get like, oh, I love it.
I can't do it.
well, I'm sorry, but that was definitely a loss.
I don't know why I tried. It's never gonna work.
That was pretty funny. I don't think I've ever seen someone lose quite that fast.
4 plus 2. It's so fast. Well, that tracks.
And how about you? You seem to be the last one of this group who is yet to challenge me. Are you feeling up to it?
I feel a little sideways to it. I hold up my ticket.
Well, sideways is not upside down, so I'll take that as a yes. He waves his hand over your ticket. I think that's also 3 for you.
Yep.
But yeah, roll a con save.
Okay.
What'd you get?
19.
You both pass. Roll again.
19.
You both pass. Roll again.
Oh no. 9.
Okay, so you're all standing there, and for like a while, Ego is just staring at this Cyclops, and the Cyclops is staring back at him. What happens, Ego? Why do you blink?
Ego starts thinking about a joke in his head, and he says it really quietly to himself. He goes, what do you call a Cyclops with no eyes? A clock. And then laughs.
I didn't quite catch that. You did blink though, but what did you say?
What do you call a Cyclops with no eyes?
I don't know. What do you call a Cyclops with no eyes?
Clock.
Oh. You know, that's pretty good. I might start off it. I'm going to start using that.
What do you call a Cyclops with two eyes?
I don't know.
His name, that's just a guy.
I'll have to use that one too.
I don't
You're
get
a
it.
good sport. It's just a guy.
Would any of you like to challenge me again? Just one ticket punch.
No, if I do it again, I have to do it 2 more times.
What? Well, you do it as many times as you want to.
As many
I
times.
break
as
I know,
Yeah.
but I have.
three.
Maybe I'll come back. I have one I really want to go to.
Ooh.
All right,
Let's
I'll
see.
be here.
Okay.
You know where to find me. Just look for the person that's taller than literally everybody else here.
Okay.
Where do you want to go, Clover?
Want to check out the fortune telling?
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. The fortune telling is down the path from where you are, close to the snail racing and the Hall of Illusions.
Unless
Oh,
someone else had
actually-
anything else, I can wait.
I'm starting to get a little tired. I might want to sit for a bit.
Okay,
Have
we can
something
sit.
to eat. Have something to eat.
Mm.
Is there somewhere to get food?
There's a feasting orchard, yes.
Ooh.
Very good food.
Okay. I haven't eaten today, I think. I drank wine.
And you didn't eat?
To get some
I don't
food.
think so.
Any favorite
Probably.
food? Please.
I have a peanut butter sandwich in my bag if you want it.
Oh,
Just peanut butter?
I mean, there's also a jam one, but I like take the bread apart and stick them together so they don't get soggy. Like you stick them with
oh.
no crust.
What's wrong with crust?
Did you keep the crust?
I mean, I usually feed it to the birds. You can have it if you want.
It is your sandwich. Yours to have. I can't take it from you. But I will go to the feasting orchard.
Okay.
DM, this is random, but
Nothing's free.
would it that is such a particular and almost childlike thing, like peanut butter and a jam sandwich and putting it together. Does that trigger? Can we like make an insight check or something, see if we trigger any memory?
Keep trying. We all.
Yeah. Yeah, so
It's not gonna
so,
work.
I'll say all three of you can roll history checks if you would like.
Come on.
Yeah, that tracks. 4.
Let this be the one. Oh,
Dice are
okay.
not telling the story.
What was yours was 13? Mine was 19.
Nice.
Okay. Don, you're like, that's weird. You should construct a sandwich with like this exact measurement of like sauces and toppings, and you should like cut it. I don't know. I feel like Don cuts a sandwich in like a. It's not diagonal or half and half. It's some other. I don't even know. So you don't have
Strips. He
kind of
cuts it into strips.
Yeah, he definitely
so that
does.
you can consume it faster. You just go like. It's more economical that way.
Yeah.
So you don't have any memories about it. I would say for Dove, that is unique enough that you feel like you've definitely heard it before, but it's like a tip of the tongue thing, and you're so close. You're like, this keeps happening. You keep getting this deja vu, but you can't remember what. Ego, this instantly like unlocks a core memory for you. So let me take us back.
Yeah, because that would influence how I responded to you wanting to offer it to me. So
Okay.
Yeah. So you are offered this sandwich, and instantly you have a flashback to a warm summer night, quite similar to this one, where your mother went away on a trip and told you to stay at home and be good and do your chores and not to leave the forest. But you went outside to collect some mushrooms and some ingredients so that you could practice making mud potions like you did when you were a child. And that breeze, you heard little wind chimes on the air, and you just kind of decided to let it take you where it would. And suddenly you found yourself in the village that you had only visited a few times prior in your life. And beyond that, you saw very bright lights and colors and fireworks as the sun began to set over this scene. And naturally, you just felt pulled towards that little colorful collection of tents and music on the horizon. And then you found yourself bumping into a small halfling child. Kristy, what did Clover look like then?
I mean, she was still equally small, like her stature hasn't changed much. She definitely had normal halfling ears. She was very pale skin. Her cat eyes would just look like normal eyes. I think she had like blonde hair. Like almost like a silvery blonde, kind of like how I do now.
Like an ashy kind of
Like an
blonde?
ashy blonde, yeah. Like it's not like a golden blonde, it was like an ashy blonde. And they were probably it was probably like cut in a bob, and it just didn't suit her, but like she wore it like that because for whatever reason she wore it like that. She didn't seem all that bothered by it.
Yeah, so Ego, you see this little blonde-haired halfling girl, and you kind of like bump into her because you weren't quite paying attention. You'd never been around this many people before as these crowds collected, and you bump into this girl who is holding the hand of an adult female halfling. She seems fairly young, but you know, like she's not like she's like a younger adult. Because I picture Clover's mom was like a younger mom.
She is definitely a younger mom. She had me young.
So, yeah, Clover, actually, we can just kind of, like, make this a whole little scene.
I was gonna say, yeah, can we live in this scene for a little bit?
Yeah. Clover, this purple-skinned child with little deer antlers kind of covered in mud, and, like, little twigs and leaves sticking out of their hair, well, yeah, bumps into you, looking very wide-eyed and confused.
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Are you okay?
I guess I'm fine.
Did I hurt you?
No.
Where's your mom?
She's away.
I look up at my mom.
Clover, sweetie, did you make a new friend?
I think so, but he's alone.
Oh, honey, where's your mommy?
She's gonna be back.
Okay, well, hey, you know what? This, and she'll put her hands on either side of Clover's shoulders. This is my girl Clover, and let me just tell you, she's the coolest kid ever.
Oh,
So, listen, I mean, Clover,
Yeah?
I was gonna just kind of let you go and have fun tonight. So why don't you show your new friend to the carnival,
Mom. Okay.
and after the big top we can meet up and get some snacks together. But if you're hungry, remember you have that sandwich that we packed together, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get in line and get a ticket, and I'll see you in there, okay?
Okay.
You have your money pouch?
Yep.
Okay. Ego, be good to my little girl, all right? And she'll kind of like pinch your little cheek. Bye, sweetie. Have fun.
Bye.
And she will head off towards the line.
Are you gonna go in?
I don't know.
You should come in.
What is it?
It's a carnival. There's lots of prizes to be won.
I don't
And
know.
there's candy. There's so much candy.
I do like candy, but I'm supposed to not leave my house.
Where's your house?
It's back in the woods.
You live in the woods?
Yeah,
Oh, just with your mom?
yeah.
Hey, me too. Well, we don't live in the woods, but I also live with my mom.
Ego, you feel your stomach growl
I
a
was
little bit.
just about to say that their stomach growls.
Oh! I will pull out the pouch with the two jelly and peanut butter sandwiches, and you watch as she'll like meticulously put them on her lap. She'll like sit cross-legged, and she'll like pull out like a little cloth and separate them and put them into the peanut butter jelly configuration and hand you one.
What are you doing?
They're peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They're really
you
good.
giving it-
Oh no,
Are you giving it to me?
I almost dropped my sandwich. It's okay. 3-second rule.
Well, what do you want for it?
What do you mean? We're sharing. My mama always told me to share.
My mom always said that nothing's free.
Well, this.
So what do you want?
You have to be my best friend forever.
Forever is a really long time.
Okay, for just today, just today.
Okay.
Okay.
And young Ego bites into the sandwich, you feel a big smile slide onto your face, and in that moment we kind of snap back to present day Ego, and you feel like the shadow of that facial expression that you haven't done in so long, and you still can't do it, but you remember what it felt like to bite into that sandwich. And even though the person in front of you looks vastly different than the child who became your best friend for a night all those years ago, you feel, as you have felt before when you do magic, that sometimes what you see before your eyes betrays the truth of what something truly is. There's an essence to this person before you offering this sandwich that, like a fingerprint, you would recognize anywhere. It belongs to one person.
You see Clover's already like digging into her bag to get the sandwich to eat while we walk. She's like, actually, I already packed it. I don't want to spend money.
And you remember sneaking into the carnival with this individual.
We can share it.
Okay.
So, with that, I'm gonna have us take a super quick, like,
Sure.
3 to 5 minute break. And then we will be back to conclude the final like hour or so of tonight's episode. So
Hell
everybody
yeah.
stay tuned, get a peanut butter sandwich or just a glass of water. I don't
Hydrate.
control your life.
BRB fam.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Let's dive right back in. When we left off for our break, our players, well, specifically Ego and Clover, Ego really, had come out of like a little memory sequence. So now y'all have each have a sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly.
Good shit. Are we still going to the feasting hall? I'm just doing that because I'm cheap.
I mean, I heard fortune teller and feasting orchard. So you guys can do whatever you want. Just let me know.
I'll follow wherever they go.
Low key, me wanting to sit and eat was to short rest and get a spell slot
So
back.
if you want a short rest, you can do that while walking around the carnival. I will say, like, for that 1 hour, you probably can't participate in any, like, physically active things, but, like, if it's something where you just sit, like,
Need
or
a
just walk
sandwich.
around, you can get a short rest. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be aggressive about that on you guys.
Yeah, we'll take a short
Then
rest.
yeah, I'm officially starting a short rest.
Okay, cool.
You get attacked by a dragon.
Yeah, so the Tarrasque erupts from the ground.
Oh shit!
No, don't look at my DM notes.
So are you
What?
just kind of like posting up on the side of the thoroughfare here? Do you want to like go anywhere? You can still there are some attractions on here that you can still do while like short resting because they're like more stationary.
There's no reason why we can't go see the Oracle while short resting.
Yeah, that doesn't seem physically taxing. We can still go to the fortune teller.
Yeah, you could do the fortune teller, you could do the gondola swans, Silver Song Lake, the Calliope, and the carousel and the feasting orchard. Those ones like aren't crazy. Like you don't have to run around. So you can definitely go to the fortune teller.
Yeah.
He's over here. Beep, 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 beep. Let me move you all. Okay. So you make your way around the thoroughfare and make my way. And down at this area, there's a lot of open space, mainly for the snail races. And not too far off, you can actually like hear the cheering, and you hear the goblin announcers in kind of that like muffled tone, narrating the events of the races that are happening. But just before you would enter the path to approach that, you see a little Vardo that is tucked off to the side of a couple of tents. Sorry, let me pull it up. And you just see a little sign out front that, in very like humble script, just says "Fortune Teller" and has a little picture of a crystal ball on the front of it. And the Vardo itself is draped in sumptuous, like dark silks with little stars like painted onto the wood that seem to kind of like glimmer and twinkle.
Yeah, go in.
Fun.
Still numbing my sandwich.
Okay. Yeah, so the curtain that covers the entrance of this Vardo opens into a dimly lit atmosphere. An elderly lady with striking purple face paint and massive fake antlers adorned with gold sits behind a small table holding nothing more than a lone object, a crystal orb that is swirling with an impenetrable mist. She doesn't seem surprised at your entrance, almost as if she was expecting you. Ah, yes, and so you've come, young travellers, to seek what is foretold. Well, to the wise, though, fortune is not always in your favour. Nothing before you is set in stone, but I'll give you a glimpse of what is known. Her low voice rasps. Shall we begin? And she kind of holds out her hand with these long fingers with jagged nails on the end that seem to uncurl with more knuckles that you would find in a human hand, and gestures for you all to come closer.
I shuffle
Mom.
forward.
Yeah, Ego, roll an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Bob.
Mom? Yeah, you my mom?
Arcana.
What are you doing
Are
here?
you my mother?
21.
Yeah, this is a hag. Like, your mom told you about different kinds. You knew what she was from the start, and you know that there are also different kinds of beings like her. You would need a little bit more time looking at this woman to ascertain which varietal she is, but like you can immediately tell by some very faint like sigils that are carved into the wood and certain like fixtures that are in place are indicative of like a hag's like warding magic that they use to protect their space from evil influence and spirits that would like mess with what they're trying to do. There's certain call signs and you like immediately start picking up on it and you're like, yeah.
When you live with one for 20-ish years.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
I'll go in.
Yeah. You should go forward.
She'll gesture to cushions that are around the table for you all to sit. They're kind of mismatched and you know, like a very old overstuffed cushion that like the stuffing inside will form like clumps.
Ooh.
You like sit on them and they feel like those puffy clumps like in these cushions. Like one is velvet and one is just like a burlap sack stuffed with straw. And like another is like that 1980s grandma couch
I
print.
sit on that one.
Yeah.
That looks like
There,
home. I
like-
sit on that.
Yes, I like to keep it very comfortable in here for mortals. You're so sensitive. Who'd like to go first?
Not me.
Look at Clover.
Me.
Give me your hand, dear. And she takes your little hand in hers, and they are, like, overly large and attached to very, very thin, bony, spindly wrists. And she takes your hand and very gently brushes her calloused fingers across your palm and turns your hand over in hers. Your skin is so soft. Got a few calluses on your palm, though, but... Let's see what the future has in store for you, dear. And she looks very detailed at your palm. So what I need you to do, I have a table where I'm going to record all of this. We're going to do it in order for everybody who wants it. She will take your ticket punches for anybody who's getting their fortune. So if you're doing that, record a punch in the notes. But Kristy, I need you to roll a D4 first.
D4. Where's my D4? She's hidden. Ooh, she's pointy. Two?
D-Lover.
Two.
D-Lover has 4 punches.
You said 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I need you to roll me a D6.
D6.
And everybody is going to do this circuit when they decide to take their turn, so you're going to need a D4 and a D6 for this.
6.
Nice, okay.
No, wait. Hang on. I'm trying to... No, it's a 1. I think.
Okay.
What? How do you...
What?
Because here's the thing. There's like a moon symbol, and then there's a star symbol. I think the star symbol's a 1. That's my assumption.
Okay.
And then the other
Well, you
one's
know,
a paw
it's-
print.
Yeah, it's a moon with a little cat in it, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's...
So then that's a 6.
Yeah, so I got
for
a 1.
you.
No, I got a 1. I got a 1.
Oh, okay.
I got the star.
Okay. Roll me another D6.
Okay. 5.
Okay. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm reading one thing.
Okay.
She looks at your palm for a long time, and you feel her press on like some of the muscles in your hands and says, you know, even though you're quite small, there's a strength that I think you'll find in the coming days that could help you a lot on your travels, but you must be careful. For although your muscles will not betray you, your eyes might. And she, blows, she has, a little pipe, off to the side, and she'll, take a puff of it and blow smoke in your face. And she will she will release your hand. Who would like to go next? She is kind of, waiting for somebody to give her their palm. Thank you, dear. Okay, so roll a d4, Danica.
One,
Okay, roll a d6.
a 2,
And roll another d6.
5.
Yeah, she takes your hand and she actually begins to kind of bend your fingers back and is looking at the lines on your knuckles and says, you seems you've got you're quite limber. You've got good muscles as well, but I think you'll find that as opposed to raw strength, perhaps you'll be feeling a bit more limber in the time to come, but much like your friend, your eyes and your ears may not be so strong. Your hands are quite thin and gaunt. Interesting. And she will...
Your hands are thin and gaunt. I'm like...
I know they are. And she'll, wave her fingers at you. Who would like to go next? Ooh, I almost put that in the wrong...
Is Don going at all?
He's mulling it over.
Well, I can't not. Punch me.
Wow.
Okay, give me 1 second, because I accidentally recorded Doves in Don's spot, because they're both D names. Okay, so... You hold out your hand, and she takes it and begins examining your palm. So, Ego, roll a d4.
4.
Roll a d6.
6.
Okay, and roll another d6.
Oh, it was almost a 5, and then it teetered off the edge of my desk. Cries. 1.
Okay. So... as she looks at your palm, she says, I think you'll find that you in particular will have a lot of luck in the times ahead of you. Particularly as it affects the force of your personality, but when the universe gives, it also takes away. And you'll perhaps find yourself a foil to your purple friend there. And you may be a bit weaker than you're used to. Looks like you've a bit of... She, will take, your finger and, licks, the tip of one of your fingers. Rosemary and mugwort. You see, as she does that, because you've been watching this, she has these, she opens her mouth and you, because you're looking, get a glimpse of, very long, thin, sharp, crooked teeth. And a very long serpentine tongue, almost like an anglerfish. Ego's never seen an anglerfish, but that's what's all up in there. And what about you? The last one.
Sure. Sure.
Let me see those
Why
ink-stained hands a little bit closer. And she, like, will tug your hand and, like,
not?
begins running her, like, jagged, broken nails, like, across your palm. So roll a d4.
3,
Okay. Roll a d6.
6,
And roll another d6.
6.
Reroll.
Wow.
You re-roll duplicates of the same thing.
1. What if I just kept getting 6?
Let's see. How interesting that each of you has a partner in something. Your luck is intertwined, it would seem. Now for you, and she rubs her like calloused thumb along like a little ink stain that is probably like on the side of your hand, and turns it. Yes. Your personality, despite your energy, is quite strong.
What is that supposed to mean?
You act like a subdued little worker bee, but there's something bubbling beneath the surface. I think perhaps your friends here have seen a little bit of it. It's waiting to be unleashed. You'll find that that force is growing even stronger, but again, when the universe gives, it also takes, and perhaps your strength of the physical variety will fail you.
I kind of need that for moving a lot of paper, so.
Listen, I don't decide your fate. It is simply my job to relay the messages of fate. She takes like a long, hard look at each of you and is just there, like, smoking her pipe and just staring at each of you. I'm not done with you yet. And holds her fingers like over her crystal ball and traces her like long nails over the surface. You hear like that really high pitched like chalkboard scratching sound as she does it. And you watch as a little bit of smoke inside of the ball begins to swirl and darken, and there's little flashes of light. Yes. Just as I suspected.
Um. What did you suspect?
Is it good? Is it bad?
You do know you're all cursed, right?
I mean, yeah, I kind of knew that.
No?
Well, I know I am. I don't know about them.
What do you mean?
Well, like a beached whale that writhes and wriggles, you try to get yourself back to where you should be, but find yourself dug deeper and deeper into the hole that is eating away at you.
I don't know what you're talking about, lady. In my life, the ball's rolling up. For me.
Do you know how to
I
fix
mean-
it? Is there a way
I
to
could look.
fix?
If you would have me, I could look for you. What do you offer?
What do you need?
Oh, it's an open-ended request. Whatever piques my interest.
Well, I'm good at doing all sorts of jobs, so if you have something that you need to get done really quickly, I could probably help.
Hmm. Trying to think about how she would respond to that.
Just trying to be helpful.
Well, I don't need any jobs done. The Witchlight hands around here are good enough at doing that for me, but you have such beautiful purple hair, and she'll reach a long, spindly arm that's draped in... Now that you're closer to her, she's covered in these, like, dark, colorful, like, purple robes, but you can see that they're tattered, and little, like, bugs and spiders are running throughout them, and she'll run a hand, like, through your hair. Such beautiful purple hair, such a rare color, and one of my favorites. Might I have a lock of it?
Sure. That's easy enough.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
I know how.
Yeah, you. Well,
Eagle,
so what
you
are you
have
trying
scissors,
to
right?
ascertain?
Eagle, you have scissors.
I want to ascertain if this is as simple as I'm only taking a lock of your hair. I want to make sure, like, I'm not super understanding of arcane, but I am of deals. So, or like at least Fae. I've been around a lot of Fae, maybe. So, like, would I be able to ascertain whether or not it's more than just a lock of hair?
Roll either insight or arcana.
I'll do insight. I just want to make sure this new companion isn't in danger. My insight's really good. A 17.
Yeah, so as you're watching her ask for that and Clover agrees to give that, you do see on her face sort of like I guess I would call it like a hungry grin.
Hmm.
And it's not necessarily malicious, but you can see that this is a person who very much wants this thing that was freely offered when she asked for it. So it's hard to say, you're not very familiar. You know who this is. You know the fortune teller is Auntie Edna Merkmurrow. But she doesn't really associate with a lot of the other people at the carnival. So you don't know a whole lot about her, but you can tell that she really wants, like, that hair, and when Clover agreed, seemed very like a cat that got its cream, or whatever that saying is like, gets like a little like Cheshire cat grin on her face.
I want to just like place I feel like me and Clover are probably the same height. I just want to like put my hand on her shoulder and like lean into her ear and be like, just do whatever deal you wish. I just want you to know. I don't know exactly the repercussions that could carry forth from any deal with someone like her. Just thought you should think about that.
It's just hair. I mean, it's weird. But it's hair.
I know you thought that was sneaky, but you're in my tent and I heard you. I have no ill intent when it comes to your friend, but hair this rare can serve as an important catalyst, perhaps for some magic.
Well, if I can
assure
help you, I'll
no harm will come to you or your friends if you give me a lock.
Okay. And you'll help me figure out how to maybe fix the curse?
I can certainly try. We'll see what lies within the crystal ball.
Ego, can I borrow your scissors? Wait, I have scissors. Thank you! I will cut maybe that much off. Does she want more?
Mm-hmm. No, just a little
she'll
bit of the hair
take
is fine.
one of the back ends underneath her neck and just cut just a little piece and hand it to her.
She'll take it in her hand and holds... She, basically wraps her entire hand around yours, and, her fingers, curl into your palm and, scrape the hair away.
Dove's not letting go of Clover's shoulder, just protectively.
Yeah, and she'll, reach into her, layers and layers of robes, and actually pulls out a petrified little fish, and squeezes it, and the mouth, creaks open, and she drops the hair into it, and then puts the little fish back in her pocket. um, thank you. A deal has been struck, and so I shall repay my ends of the bargain. Here, put your hands on either side of the ball, just like this. Yes, thank you. Now close your eyes and empty your mind. I promise this won't hurt much. And she begins to utter in her like low raspy voice these incantations. Do any of you speak primordial or Aquan?
Oh, yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
I don't think any of you do. When she speaks, it sounds like rain falling and waves crashing on the shore and like the winds of like a hurricane. And it's words that none of you can quite understand, but as she speaks, the image in the crystal ball becomes clearer and clearer. Open your eyes, dear. So, in the ball, let me open up because I have this written on a special page. Okay. She during this had also closed her eyes and opens them at the exact same time as you, and instead of these kind of like bloodshot, like she had these big, like overly large eyes, almost like a fish, and when she opens them, it's completely changed and it's just a blue color, like slightly glowing out. And she says in this like very monotone voice, "Scorned by fortune, but in cat's eye with storm and stage does your luck lie." And in the ball, you see a very brief flash of lightning that seems to illuminate some sort of dark triangular shape, almost like a mountain. And you see another flash of lightning, and for the briefest moment, you see a silver pendant of some kind in the shape of a cat's head with a single gleaming green gem in one of the eye sockets. And there's another flash of lightning in the ball, and you blink and the images within are gone.
Wow.
That is what I have to offer you.
Thank you. I don't know what it means, but thank you.
Doesn't
You
sound
will
like
understand it in time.
That's what they all say.
Yes, but when I say it, it's true. How about you? Would you like some answers?
I don't have any questions.
Not about your curse? That's a nasty one. Yours in particular.
You're cursed too?
How unfortunate. And that you would find yourself here of all places yet again.
Again.
Been here before, Dawn.
I'm gonna go. You have a good day. He's gonna turn and going to walk out.
And what of you two? Would you like some answers to help you figure out what's missing? I don't ask for much, just whatever you can offer. To help a poor old woman channel the power she needs to look beyond the veil.
I'm gonna make a roll here to see whether I stay in the interest of myself with a hag or go after Dawn.
Okay.
Ah! Nope, that die's gone. Let's try rolling in my actual dice tray for once. Nope. Ego looks back and forth between Dove and the hag and the exit of the tent. I will stand and I will say, apologies. Perhaps another time. I am interested. Give a little bow to be respectful. But I want to go
Perhaps
after.
I will see you again, hag child. And she grins.
I'm
rolls
like
her-
still
her-
in bow.
Yeah. But you can go if you want.
I look at Dove. I squint, and I'm going to leave.
I feel Dev also is like Dawn. Dev doesn't. I don't think Dev like feels like things and like feels lonely, but doesn't think anything of it. She doesn't have any questions. I don't think. But I feel like she's like. I think I'm okay. And
Perhaps that's for the best for you. Some secrets are left covered.
I'm gonna glare at her, and I'm gonna like look at Clover, and like see if she wants to go, and follow her out.
Thank you.
Like glare.
Ignorance is bliss.
I'm gonna like give her. Don't like that. Don't like any of that. Don't like that. Yeah, I'm gonna like walk out and on.
Did Dawn like leave, or just go outside the tent and then stop?
He went outside the tent and then stopped, but he's kind of far away from the tent. He's like on the other side of the road or something like that.
I'm gonna come over.
Do you need something from me?
No.
Didn't want to get your fortune read?
I did.
Well, don't let me stop you.
You're not.
Then why are you here?
Why are you here?
I didn't want to be in the tent anymore.
Why are you here? You don't seem like you like any of this.
I mean, I had a bunch of saved up vacation days and some time to kill.
So you chose somewhere that you dislike?
I mean, I used to like it. I'm here to have, a decent time.
So did you come here before?
I don't. What does it matter to you?
If she's lying, I'll go yell at her.
Well,
Egos never raise their voice over
right.
like a mumble.
Right. I mean, ignoring the fact that I don't know how she would recognize me, but I've been here before, sure.
Okay.
Are you just gonna stare at me now? Have you been here before?
I nod.
Great. I don't like getting my fortune read, I've decided. Not one of the things on top 10 list of enjoyable, there we go, activities.
most people can't handle the future.
This time is probably when Dove would come out. Quick question, Clover, are you immediately following?
Stay in there alone. Get hag-napped. Oh,
No, she won't hag nap you. She'll just eat you.
just like hag-napping.
No, I think she'll actually stay. I rolled for it. I feel like her gut instinct is kind of like to look back at the crystal and see if she can
Okay.
like see it again.
We're gonna put a pin in that. I want to we'll finish the outside scene before we go back to that. So, Dove, you are able to emerge from the tent.
I was gonna say, when I was in the tent with Clover, I waited like I'm protective of Clover.
Okay, so then you can stay in there.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her to leave because
I feel like she's like following you, but she's hesitating. She's doing that slow thing where she just keeps staring.
So when you kind of like you watch your friends go and you look back, and this big grin crosses the face of the fortune teller, and she says, "You know, there is one more piece it's not associated with any of you but all of you. I have one more thing I could offer, if you are willing."
It would help all of them?
Yes, it would. You know, fate has chosen all of you, but not just as individuals, as a unit. Come, dear. It's so rare to find one so willing. Won't you have a seat?
I think like she tells me that she can help everybody. She turns around immediately with no hesitation.
For this one, I need but an hour of your time.
Oh, okay.
Are you willing?
Yeah, sure. If it helps everybody, for sure.
Shake on it.
Okay.
Is gonna. Hey, Clover.
Yeah?
Can I talk to you for a second?
1 second. Sure. I have to turn it over. I'll be right back.
What's going on here?
Well, she knows that I'm cursed, and if she thinks you guys are cursed, I kind of believe her.
Yeah.
So-
She might be right about you. I just don't know if this is the person you should get. She's incredibly powerful, and I don't like that she would have complete power over you. You know that, right? You don't even know her.
Yeah, but it would make things better for all of us, wouldn't it?
Unless you just die, it wouldn't
I don't
be.
think she's gonna kill. I'll check. Actually, that's a good idea. I should check that she's not gonna kill me. But I don't think.
Let's check the terms and agreements of this little shake, okay?
Yeah, I
That's
probably
all.
should. Okay, yeah. I don't.
Yeah?
I don't
Okay.
think she would though.
But you don't know for sure. Lots of people.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll ask.
That would be lovely.
Okay, I can walk back. Are you gonna kill me or any of my friends? If I do this?
I want to lay down the terms here for her. All right, lady. I want the terms and conditions. I'm like standing behind.
So protective. If only you knew the others that were just like you. I could show you, but to answer your question, no. I've stopped eating the flesh of mortals. It's one of the contractual agreements that I have with the Misters Witch and Light to be a part of this carnival. I cannot take the life or harm the physical body of any who patronize my tent.
What about the mine?
The what?
The mine. Lots of harm can mine.
No, I have no intention to cause perhaps a permanent damage to one's mental faculties or mental state. I only ask for small things, a lock of hair here. Perhaps I would simply ask that you lend me your ear. but I would not remove it from you. For you, as I said, all I ask is an hour of your time.
I think that's
What
really
is that
reasonable.
worth to you?
Whatever your compensation is that she needs for this, you can shake with me on, and she can give you. Yeah, how's that?
Well, whoever shakes gives me an hour of their time.
It's okay. I can do it. It's only an hour.
Okay, I'm gonna. You care if I stay?
Is she allowed to stay?
She can do whatever she wants. She's her own person.
I'm gonna just sneer at her, and I'm just gonna stand there behind Clover.
She will shake your hand. Once more for me, dear. And she puts your hands down on the table on either side of the crystal ball.
Give me the lore drops.
Look closely. And she again begins uttering these incantations, but you feel like a slight breeze whip up around you, and it gets stronger and stronger until inside of this Vardo, it feels like you're being blasted with hurricane force winds.
Oh, shit.
And then all of a sudden, they stop, and the storm that was swirling inside of the crystal ball also stops, and the image becomes clear as her head snaps back, almost violently so, and her eyes again are glowing, and you hear her croak out, 8 by 8 wordless impress or applaud in order to get what once was odd. And in the ball you see the flash of what appears to be a bird's wing with blue and copper feathers, and you hear a little bit of a cackle echoing out from the ball. And then you see a flash of, you're not quite sure what it is. Perhaps, the handle of a brush or an ice cream cone. But you see a cone-shaped object made of a sort of pearly white material flash very briefly in the ball before it goes dark again. And she, grabs the back of her head and pulls it down with a crack and pushes her jaw, and you hear the bones cracking and snapping in there, and she straightens out her jaw and you hear the joints cracking. There you are, and that only took 2 minutes. The hour will come later.
Okay. Wait, today or later?
You didn't specify.
That's true. Yeah, whenever you need me, just let me know.
I'll be here should any of the rest of your friends like to illuminate what lies beyond. I'll send you guys the text to all of the things that she has said later.
I feel
gonna
like-
say,
Thankfully, because I have this cantrip, she has minor illusions, so I feel like just to keep it refreshed, she's gonna keep showing the images in her minor illusion as a cantrip,
Sure.
just to be trying to ingrain it
It's
in her
very
mind.
Star Wars hologram.
Hell yeah. So she walks out with that in her hands, looking very pleased with herself.
When Clover walks out, I rolled to see if Dove paid attention to what she said, and I rolled really high. I think she's just gonna be like, "What did you mean, others like me?"
That information has a cost if you would like to know. You could lend me your ear.
Okay, she's gonna do it.
Okay. So she'll make you shake her hand. Let's see what fate would
Before
reveal.
I shake your hand, actually, can I say, if you call upon my hour, you'll call upon it the same time you call hers.
Oh, I don't want an hour from you.
you're
I would-
lending your ear.
I would only ask that you lend me your ear.
You can say it at the same
As I-
time. See how that-
Like I said, I cannot cause harm to your mind or your body, or my rather cushy home here at the carnival will be undone, and
Will
old Auntie Edna will be treading water.
Will you call upon my ear then, in the same time you call her our?
No. Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt it.
Probably not.
You feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. It depends on the day.
I think Dove will still shake her hand.
Okay.
Do it for chaos.
Now, my dear. Why don't you hold my hands and look very closely into the ball?
I'm gonna stand in the tent doorway and watch from afar.
Will you do it? Will you take her hands?
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, she begins uttering the incantations, and a little storm cloud begins to swirl into the ball. And whereas for Clover's vision, you saw flashes of lightning. In this, it's almost as if you are rushing at impossibly fast speeds through. It's like watching a very fast, like a hummingbird fly through the branches of trees. You can see like green and brown flashing before your eyes. And then you see very briefly a massive tree trunk fallen in a great wood, standing hundreds of feet, or it lays hundreds of feet long. And it flashes again, and you see a pipe, not too dissimilar to the one that Auntie Edna smokes out of, but the the part of it that you put the tobacco in is actually shaped like a howling wolf, and the tobacco goes into like the mouth of it, and then the like tail behind it is the part that like goes into like your mouth. I don't know the parts of a pipe, y'all. And she says, "Smoking pipe of thoughts long gone, in ancient wood lies your heart's song." And then her eyes return to normal. If you perhaps wish to return what has been lost to you, that is what can guide you there. But, like I said, ignorance is bliss for some.
Not for me. I'm just gonna get up and walk away. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Goodbye. Return to Auntie Edna's stall if you wish for more fortunes. You hear her call out, and you exit, and there's like a little bit of smoke that kind of billows out behind you, and you see Dawn and Ego seem to be conversing in the thoroughfare. Is there anything else that the two of you, Dawn and Ego, would like to say to each other?
I can't think of anything if you can. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
do ask. No, just stand there. Look at you.
He kind of like taps his butt hoof against the ground with his arms crossed while he like waits. He's low key like, why am I even waiting? Like, I don't know these people, but he still waits.
Doing the dad pose outside of like a
Yeah.
female store, and you're just waiting for like your wife to be finished. Like,
Yeah.
When we're walking, when I walk with Clover back to where they are, can I just like look her and be like, is this curse thing something to do with, you said, the wings?
No, I don't think my wings are the curse. Actually, the wings are kind of like the silver lining to everything.
What's the curse?
Okay, but if I tell you, you won't run away?
No. You're good.
I have really bad luck. Bad things always happen to me or around me. So, a lot of people don't like being near me.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
How bad of luck are you talking about?
As bad as it gets, I think. I mean, it didn't start off super bad, but I think it just gets worse the longer I have it. So it's pretty bad.
We're talking like stubbed toe? We're talking like...
Oh, that happens all the time. That's nothing.
Are we talking like... Your husband died in a horrible death? Are we talking that bad luck?
Not husband, but yeah.
Sorry.
You kind of got it right on the nose, actually.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I was just kind of joking.
That's my life.
Well, I don't... I've got pretty bad luck too, so I don't... You're good. I'm not gonna be going anywhere.
See, people say that,
Then
and they don't realize
they
how...
change their mind.
Yeah, and then they change their minds after a while.
Well, I'll let you know if I ever do. But so far, you seem pretty nice to me.
Thanks. I try.
I'm not cursed, I don't think. But I kind of get what you mean. So. Anyways.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's go find them.
We'll join back up with them.
Okay. Well, as you two reunite with your friends who decided not to partake of the fortune teller's bonus secret menu of expanded offerings,
menu.
I'll be coming back hopefully at some point.
and you all are kind of deciding what to do next while you're taking it easy for the remainder of this hour, that is where we will close tonight's episode of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, episode 3.
Hey, we did it.
GG.
GG.
So thank you, everybody who's watching this, either now or sometime in the future. If you're in the future, I hope you're having a nice day. If you're here right now, I hope you're having a nice day also.
Hey.
But yeah, don't forget to check out Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Hold on, let me get the Sirenscape one up. Where is it? Big thanks to Sirenscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Sirenscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Sirenscape.com to find out more. Does anyone else have any other announcements?
Weenus.
Thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for the additional music on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Gosh, well, I guess when you and your friends are trying to outstare a Cyclops and absolutely eating shit and immediately blinking and like not even trying at all, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Hey.
See you in 2 weeks.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.